On a warm summer day, the waves danced on the golden sand. The sky was a bright blue, and seagulls flew above, singing their songs. A small boy named Tom sat by the shore, watching the endless ocean. His heart felt heavy, but he did not know why. One day, while walking along the beach, his foot hit something hard. He looked down and saw an old glass bottle stuck in the wet sand. The bottle had a piece of paper inside. Tom's heart started to race. Was this a message from someone far away? Was it a secret? A treasure map? His hands shook as he pulled the cork out. Slowly, he took out the paper and unfolded it. If you find this, please listen to my story. My name is Lily. I am lost, not in the sea, but in life. I feel like no one understands me. If you understand my words, please send me a sign that I am not alone. Tom's eyes widened. This was not a treasure map. This was something much deeper. He looked around. Who was Lily? Where did she send this message from? And how long had it been floating in the ocean? That night, Tom could not sleep. He kept thinking about Lily. Why did she feel lost? Was she okay? Did she need help? The words on the paper were simple, but they touched his heart in a way he could not explain. The next day, Tom decided to send a message back. He found an old bottle in his house, wrote on a piece of paper, and placed it inside. Dear Lily, I found your message. You are not alone. I may not know you, but I understand how you feel. Life is like the ocean, sometimes calm, sometimes stormy, but no storm lasts forever. Please do not give up. Tom sealed the bottle and threw it into the sea. He watched as the waves carried it away, hoping that somehow Lily would find it. Days passed, then weeks, then months. Tom almost forgot about the message, but deep inside, he still wondered. One morning, as he walked by the beach, he saw something familiar, a bottle, half buried in the sand. His heart pounded. Could it be? He picked it up, opened it, and pulled out the letter. Dear friend, thank you. I do not know who you are, but your words found me when I needed them the most. I was ready to give up, but your message gave me hope. You are right, storms do not last forever. I am trying to find my way again. Maybe one day, I will meet you and thank you in person. Tom felt a tear roll down his cheek. He did not know this girl, but he had helped her. A stranger, someone far away, yet so close in heart. Years passed. Tom grew up, but he never forgot Lily. He often wondered where she was, what she was doing, and if she was happy. One evening, as the sun set over the ocean, a young woman stood by the water. She had long brown hair and eyes filled with dreams. She was looking at the waves, lost in thought. Tom walked past her, but stopped. There was something familiar about her. The woman turned and smiled. Do you still believe that storms do not last forever? She asked. Tom's breath caught. It was her, Lily. In that moment, he realized something beautiful. One message, one kind word, can change a life. We may not know whose heart we touch, but kindness always finds a way. So, my dear listener, remember these words are powerful. A small act of kindness can save a soul. Maybe today, someone needs your message. Maybe you can be someone's hope. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe. More amazing stories are waiting for you. Let's spread love, kindness, and hope together. Because in this big, endless world, no one should ever feel alone. Tom and Lily stood by the shore, their hearts filled with emotions that words could not fully express. The waves whispered around them, just as they had years ago when Tom first found her message in a bottle. Lily looked at him with deep gratitude in her eyes. I never thought I would meet you, she said softly. But even when I didn't know who you were, your words kept me going. Tom smiled. I didn't know if you would ever get my message, but I hoped. They sat down on the warm sand, watching the sun slowly sink into the horizon. The sky turned shades of orange and pink, painting the world in soft colors. Lily took a deep breath. Back then, I was in a dark place. I felt lost. I felt like I didn't matter. I had no one to talk to. So one day, I wrote down my feelings, put them in a bottle, and threw it into the sea. I never really thought anyone would find it. She looked at him. But you did. Tom listened carefully. He could hear the pain in her voice, but he could also hear strength. Life has a way of surprising us, he said. Sometimes hope comes from the most unexpected places. Lily nodded. That message saved me. Your words reminded me that storms don't last forever. So I started to believe again. I started to try. And now, here I am. They sat in silence for a moment, feeling the cool evening breeze. Then Tom said, You know, when I sent my message, I was struggling too. I didn't know what I wanted in life. I was afraid of failing. But when I wrote those words to you, it was like I was also reminding myself. We both needed that message. Lily smiled, a single tear slipping down her cheek. Maybe we were meant to find each other. Maybe the ocean knew we both needed a friend. Tom picked up a small seashell and turned it in his hands. Do you ever wonder how many other people feel the same way we did? Lost alone, waiting for a sign? Lily nodded. Maybe there are hundreds, maybe thousands. People who just need to know that they are not alone. A new idea formed in Tom's mind. He looked at Lily with excitement. What if we help them? What if we send more messages of hope, love, and strength? We can leave them in bottles, in books, in random places for people to find. Lily's eyes lit up. Yes, like the way you found mine. A message can change a life. That night, they sat under the stars, writing small notes of encouragement. They placed them in bottles, in envelopes, and planned to leave them where others could find them. Weeks passed, and soon, people started finding their messages. Some wrote back. Some simply held on to the words, feeling comfort in their hearts. One day, an old man sent them a letter. I was ready to give up, but I found your message in the park. It said, You are important. You are loved. It saved me. Thank you. Another letter arrived from a young girl. I have been struggling, but your message made me smile. I will keep trying. Thank you for reminding me that I am not alone. Tom and Lily realized something powerful. A single message could travel across the world. It could reach someone at the perfect moment. It could heal a broken heart. Years passed, and their messages of hope spread far and wide. People from different countries, different lives, started sharing their own words of kindness. It became more than just a small act, it became a movement. And all of it started with a single bottle in the ocean. So, dear listener, remember this: your words matter. Your kindness can change someone's life, even if you never know it. Maybe today, someone is waiting for your message. Maybe you can be their hope. If this story touched your heart, like and subscribe for more. Let's spread love, kindness, and hope together, because no one should ever feel alone in this big, beautiful world. Tom and Lily's simple act of kindness had grown into something bigger than they ever imagined. What started as a message in a bottle had turned into a movement, one that touched hearts across the world. Letters poured in from people who had found their messages. Some were from children who had been bullied, some from adults who had lost their way, and some from elderly people who had spent years feeling invisible. Each letter carried a story, a life, a heart that had been lifted just by reading a few simple words of encouragement. One evening, Tom and Lily sat by the ocean once more, watching the waves roll in. The salty breeze carried whispers of stories they would never fully know, but they could feel them in their hearts. Lily sighed happily. I used to think I was alone, but now I know there are so many of us, all connected in ways we don't even realize. Tom nodded. And it all started because you had the courage to send a message. She smiled. And because you had the kindness to answer. Tom thought for a moment. Do you ever wonder how many messages are still floating out there? How many people might find them when they need them most? Lily's eyes sparkled. Maybe that's the beauty of it. Some messages take time to reach the right person, just like us. That night, they decided to take their idea even further. They started a project where people from all over the world could write their own messages of hope and leave them for strangers to find. Some wrote letters and left them in libraries. Others wrote notes on small pieces of paper and placed them under park benches, inside coffee shops, on train seats. Some even sent bottles out to sea, continuing the tradition that had brought Tom and Lily together. Months passed, and the movement spread. The news picked up their story. People were inspired. Messages were found in unexpected places, and every person who received one carried the kindness forward. One day, an email arrived in Tom's inbox. It was from a man named David. Years ago, I was standing on a bridge, ready to end everything. I thought no one cared. But just before I stepped forward, I saw something on the railing, a small note. It said, "You are loved. The world is better because you are in it." That note saved my life. Today, I found out it was from one of your projects. I just wanted to say, thank you. Tom read the message twice, his hands trembling. He shared it with Lily, and they both sat in silence, feeling the weight of those words. Tears filled Lily's eyes. We saved someone's life, Tom whispered. No, kindness saved him. They realized more than ever that even the smallest act of kindness could create ripples. A single note, a simple message, could reach someone at the exact moment they needed it most. As years went by, Tom and Lily continued their mission. They traveled to different places, spreading hope. They gave speeches, wrote books, and encouraged others to keep the kindness alive. Their story became one that was told to children, to remind them that even a small act of love could change the world. One evening, as they walked by the ocean once more, Lily picked up a glass bottle that had washed ashore. She opened it and pulled out a note. She gasped softly as she read the words. To the one who finds this, know that you are never alone. Someone somewhere cares about you. Keep going. You are stronger than you think. Tom and Lily looked at each other smiling. The cycle had continued. Someone else somewhere had carried the message forward. They held hands as the waves kissed the shore. The world was full of pain, yes, but it was also full of love. And sometimes, all it took to change a life was a single message in a bottle. So, dear listener, if you have ever felt lost, know that you are not alone. And if you have love in your heart, share it. Send your own message through words, through kindness, through a simple smile. You never know whose life you might change. If this story touched you, like and subscribe. Let's keep spreading hope. Because in this vast, endless world, even a small act of kindness can create waves.